So I have this Risograph GR3770 duplicator. It is a very old machine, and I recently tried to work on this drum, but somewhere along the way I made a mistake, and when I put the drum inside the machine, it got locked in place and would not come out. So I am sharing my solution for this in case someone else has this problem in the future. And then I will also try to update and figure out what exactly caused the drum to lock into the machine in the first place. So as you can see, I have the arm up for the drum to be released. That when this is locked down, it locks the drum into place. I can't currently lock that back down right now because I did release it. But when it was stuck in the machine, I could lower and raise this, but I could not pull the drum out of its housing. So the solution here was to come underneath this little rail system that slides the drum in and out of its housing. And I don't know if you can see that, but there is a little latch right here, and when the drum is in place, it kind of slides in to lock it in to its housing, and you can push that to the side and that will free the drum. You hold that and then very carefully slide the drum out. Please be careful, make sure not to pinch your fingers as you do that, and then that should hopefully free the drum without having to disassemble the whole duplicator. Okay, this is my drum that got stuck inside the machine. When I pulled this drum out, I noticed that this sort of raised edge was rotated over to the right or my left when I was looking inward at the machine. I had to actually rotate this back into its upright position to take it out because, as you can see, the opening for the drum itself has this little raised area, and that is where that's supposed to go in. Now, I also noticed when I took this out of the machine that I must have forgotten to tighten these screws. They were loose. There's this piece here that was torn. I assume that this piece was just kind of sitting loosely in the back of the machine, and it ran against the back machinery of the duplicator. This little piece mounts inside, so when you slide the drum in, there's a little post that slides in. You can see there's an opening top and bottom, and so I think what happened was that this back piece was loose and it was not latching on. Now when I try to load a drum into the machine, the post that fits in here should be in this upright position with the widest points kind of north to south, but it is not. So I'm going to have to also get inside the machine and rotate that post back into its home position. Okay, so I have another drum on hand, and I checked the position of this piece here. I wish my camera would focus. I checked the position of this piece and I made sure that I was matching the alignment. There are two pins north to south off of the main stem of this post. One is skinnier and the other one is wider. So when I look inside the machine, I want to make sure that the skinnier part is up top and the wider part is at the bottom. I took this giant adjustable wrench and I just sort of eyeballed how wide that post would be, and I made that adjustment before I tried to rotate that post back into its home position. I did that because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't trying to reach inside to adjust this thing while I was also trying to turn it back into the home position. It's kind of dark, but hopefully you can see that back there. Zoom in just a little bit. You can kind of see there's that post up top, and then it's also wider at the bottom. That was rotated maybe 30 degrees to the left, and so I reached in and I very gently rotated that back to this position that you see now using that adjustable wrench very gently. Also made sure that the machine was off and unplugged when I did that. And then when you load a operable drum back into the machine, it should slide in with very little effort. You shouldn't have to push very hard to get this back, and that arm should lock down really easily.